Hey there, I'm Lance and I'm a gamer.
And I'm Sam and I'm a non-gamer.
And we are Love to Hate, where we help gamers find great games to play with non-gamers.
And today we're taking a look at Zoomies by Fireside Games.
Zoomies, if you're not familiar, is a tile-laying game, but it's also what we call whenever a dog looks like it's going crazy and is running all around your house with a lot of energy and doesn't want to slow down. But more importantly for this video, it is this tile-laying game in which you and up to three other players are going to be laying these tiles that act like dominoes with two different pictures of dogs on them, and you're going to be trying to place these tiles strategically in an ever-growing area of dog tiles, trying to connect groups of dogs that are the same, or at least have some way about them to score you points. Because in this game it's very simple. You'll be taking 3 steps to your turns. The first is to play one of your dominoes out in the area. The second is that you will then play one of your scoring tokens, because every player has a set of scoring tokens. Now these tokens are going to score in different ways. One particular way is that you might get 1 point for every dog in that grouping of dogs that are the same. So you want to try to create groups of dogs as big as you can if you're going to place your scoring tile in that spot. Now here's the catch with that. There can only be one of that type of token in that grouping of dogs, and they call that a leader token. So if somebody beats you to that particular group, then you're out of luck. You're not going to be able to claim that group for your own. Think kind of Carcassonne rules if you're familiar with that game. Another type of scoring token are going to be bones. Now, some of the dogs are going to have bone icons on them, and if you place your bone scoring token in a grouping of dogs, then you're going to see how many in that group of dogs have bone tokens, because each one that is in there is going to give you 2 points. Another type of scoring token are going to be the Zoomies. Now, Zoomies are going to be special ones because they're going to have the Zoomie icon on them, and it's going to look like the dog is running all over the place. But that's also going to increase the number of points you get. Think set collection in this game is the more dogs with Zoomies on them in a grouping that are all connected together. It doesn't have to be the same type of dog, but each dog that has a Zoomie that's connected to one another, that's going to increase the number of points you get for that Zoomies token. There's also a Friends token, which is where you can place the icon, the token facing with the arrow pointing towards a different type of dog, and you'll see how many in that group of dogs is connected to the other type of dog that the arrow is pointing towards, and every time you have that connection in that group, you'll get 2 points. So after you've placed your tile and a scoring token, which both of those steps are mandatory, you have to do that every turn, the last thing you'll do on your turn is you'll draw a new token from the draw pile, adding it back to your hand. And you'll continue to do this until all players use all of their scoring tokens in this game, and then you'll add up all the points from the scoring tokens that are out in the play area. Whoever has the most points is going to be the winner. Now that's the game in a nutshell. It may have a little bit of a more intricacies with the rules and kind of explaining how all those scoring opportunities work out, but that's pretty much the gist of the game. So Sam, this is a tile laying game with scoring opportunities that is very similar to Carcassonne, which I don't know that you've ever played Carcassonne, but it is a classic tile laying game with, you know, kind of a similar idea of placing meeples in areas to try to maximize your points based on how the area has been built out and how it looks. This just has a dog theme to it, and it's colorful artwork, and I love the little dogs running around on the board. What'd you think about this one?
I mean, I love tile laying. It was easy to understand because we've played so many tile laying games, and the idea of the groupings and the different ways to earn points made sense as well. So I think I had to clarify certain icons on the little tokens, but other than that, it was pretty easy to understand. It was easy to play.
Now, one of the things that I really like about this one are those tokens, because they're double-sided.
Yeah.
And what that means is that you have to make a choice whether you want to use it as this particular scoring option or the other scoring option, and you're not getting the other side. So if I place it this way, I'm not getting whatever's on the other side, and I've lost the opportunity to use it as that type of scoring token. So you have to make choices each round as far as what am I using this token for, and that means I'm losing out on something else. I think that's a cool thing with this one. Talk about how it was to kind of make your way throughout this game and try to find where you could get points. And I mean, it is a tile laying game, so it's pretty straightforward, but having to make those kind of choices as far as, do I want to try to just build up a big group of, basset hounds, or am I wanting to try to get the bones? Am I wanting to try to do the zoomies? Like, what was that like for you?
I think you just kind of see what comes out, and then you slowly, it slowly eases itself towards certain ones over another. You see that, hey, I just put down a lot of, basset hounds, or I just put down a lot of these blue backgrounds next to a green background, so maybe I need to figure out a way to gain points from that. So
yeah.
I think it just naturally eases itself into some ways to get points. I mean, there's strategy too. Some typically will get you more points, but...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that, like a lot of tile laying games are, it's something that kind of evolves as the game plays out, and you get to discover, okay, we're starting to see some opportunities to get points in this way, in this section of the board, because of how it's been built out, whereas that wasn't so evident at the beginning. So this is one of those ones where you kind of feel like the first couple of turns, I don't know, but I'm going to go ahead and put my leader token here. So now I'm going to try to get as many huskies in that area. So at least I have that little bit of a strategy to work with. And you can kind of see what other people are trying to do too. And another cool thing with this one is like, if I see that she's trying to get all the huskies over there, well, then I can start building something else out around her huskies and place my friend's token that points towards her huskies and try to use her own strategy to build up my strategy. That's a fun thing that you can kind of piggyback off of with this one. One other thing with this one, being that the game is called Zoomies, you have those dogs with the Zoomie icons on them that are running all over the place. And when you play one of those, I didn't mention this in the teach part of the video, that you also play your other tile too. So you get to kind of do 2 turns at once with this, so long as you lead with a Zoomie. And that's a fun thing that kind of gets all the tiles out, and you feel like you're taking an extra turn. What do you think about that part of the game?
I think it was fun. It was a good way to kind of restart, get 2 new tiles into your hand, and kind of, have a fresh start and have more to put out there. Yeah,
I think so too. So, interesting little fun tile laying game. It feels similar to other things that you probably have seen out there, but it has a fresh theme to it. And I feel like the scoring opportunities are fun to kind of play around with, and have to make some challenging choices early on in the game. So, good 30-minute game. It says ages 10 and up. I think you could probably get away with playing maybe 8-year-olds with this one too. So I think it's a perfect little family weight game. Plays up to 4 players. So if you're looking for a 30-minute tile layer, I think this is a good one to choose for. So one you would recommend playing with non-gamers?
Yeah, I think this is a great one to play with non-gamers.
The game is Zoomies. It is from Fireside Games. Leave us some comments down below. Let us know what you think about this game.
Make sure to like and subscribe and push that bell button so you get notifications of all our new content.
I'm Lance.
I'm Sam.
And we are Love to Hate, where we try to bridge the gap between gamers and non-gamers. We'll catch you next time.